So over on the Hina tribe, we've got Steven, Matt, and Christina have their little threesome, and they are trying to make it a fourth. So they bring MC in. And they all seem to be like real positive of MC. Matt really likes her work ethic, but the way they approached her was kind of dumb. They could have made it like, we just started talking about this, and we were like, hey, we all like each other. Who else do we like so we can get a fourth? They pitched it as in like, we've already been a 3 and we're shopping for a fourth, and it could be you. I would have felt some type of way if I was MC.
Right.
Yeah, you already know you're on the outs.
I'm not your first,
like
second,
her.
or third. I'm your fourth.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I think she's probably going to be next one voted out, I feel. Like, I just have a feeling because she has not gotten any screen time. Like, she hasn't gotten a single interview. Like, the one-on-one.
Really, not one.
Like, if you've seen one, maybe it was the first episode for like 5 seconds. But
yeah,
she
I thought she had one this
little.
episode talking about her being frustrated about being the fourth. But
Yeah,
you're right. Outside of that, it was nothing. So I do think I think that was some foreshadowing of, she could be one of the early outs there.
Yeah.
Especially because what did she do with that information? She ran and told Yellow Tribe Sophie that they were planning on voting her out. So all Sophie has to do is talk to any of them and let them know where that information came from, and they're going to be like, he's got to go.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
Like that. This was not the time. You guys hadn't lost yet. There was no need to share information at this point.
There's all good vibes still in the tribe. No one's feeling sneaky or like creeped out or like on guard. Everyone's chilling.
Like, I almost feel like unless there's like a tribal coming up, you just fucking agree to everything and keep your mouth shut.
Shut the fuck up. Rule number 1.
Just be pleasant and work. You don't have to work crazy hard, but be pulling your share of the weight around
and just
camp.
Agree with everybody and keep your mouth shut.
Contribute to camp life and keep it chill.
The most common way to go home on Survivor is to talk yourself out of the game, is because you can't deal with the fact that you're stressed out and you need to talk about it. Instead, if you just shut up and pay attention more, it would paint a clearer picture. You'd have to be less paranoid. But people are great. Annie, in my opinion, at the end of this episode, she talked herself out of the game.
Yeah.
On the flip side of things, what happened next in the episode, I think, was Jeremiah's little spot where he was talking with Annie. And I'm actually really loving Jeremiah as a player. I'm really liking the game he's playing. And I think he's a really smart character. I could see him going top 5, like, honestly. Like,
I think so, too. I think he's got a great read on people, too.
Yeah. When he was doing that little conversation with Annie, and he was like, I'm just going to let her, sabotage herself. Like, when she was talking about sending Jake home, and he, like, was calling her out, but didn't say anything. It was just like, I'm going to let her end her own game.
Yeah.
And that's all you have to do sometimes, is just step out of the way and let the crazy person be crazy. Right.
Yeah,
and not saying that Annie's crazy or anything, because I don't think
I know what you're saying. Just somebody running their mouth.
Yeah, she's no Debbie or anything from
No.
Jesus.
And then
but speaking about that, though, she, Annie went and told Sophie all of her plans and told Jeremiah all these plans to get out Jake, and they just ran and told him, and that pissed off the shoe bandit, man.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
What happens when you piss off the shoe bandit?
I like the shoe bandit thing, or I hate. Like, I can't tell if I like it or if it's annoying me. I'm like back and forth. Like, is this funny or is this ridiculous?
I like it.
I think it's comic chaos. It's not anything.
He's
not trying to be sadistic, or he's not trying to be like
right,
mean about it. Right.
Right.
Oh, I didn't realize it was in my bag.
It's a fairly harmless prank. He's not hiding them too far or anything. He's not like burning anybody's stuff.
True. Yeah, since he's not hiding it too far.
Yeah, I don't know if it's good gameplay. I don't think it's good gameplay.
I don't
but
either,
it's funny and it causes chaos.
He's having fun. Sorry.
Yeah. And I'm having fun watching, right? Like, be the shoe bandit, throw people's stuff away. I think it's funny.
I did like how MC is like, listen, I'm here to make some shit happen. Like, I'm here to fuck shit up. I cannot wait to see it. I can't wait to see it.
I don't know if we will, though, with MC. I think Cam's got a point. Like, she's getting that purple at it. Then that means that there's probably not a lot coming until her vote out episode.
I don't think she's going to make the merge.
She has got very minimal.
They're going to have to merge soon.
What?
You know who's
if
also...
they take one more person out of that tribe.
They won't do it.
No, they'll do a tribe spot.
I think they do like a switch them up.
Yeah.
And then maybe in like an episode or two, you get the merge.
Then you'll get the merge. Gotcha.
Yeah. New season, we'll get 5 episodes of pre-merge, and then they'll do the fake merge thing where they combine the tribes but don't officially merge them until the sixth person is gone.
The earn your buff.
It doesn't look like that team's gonna do very well if they don't switch it up soon.
I'm excited to get into the immunity challenge about that
because I do want to talk about both those points.
Yeah.
But before the immunity challenge, I think was where the Juwan, Matt, and Jake went on their journey together.
Yeah, they had the boats show up, and everyone just kind of let the person that wanted to go each tribe, and they made it real quick. Yeah, it was Juwan, Matt, and Jake. And even though I think there was a quick game of rock paper scissors where MC and Matt took it, but it seemed like fairly like everyone was just like, yeah, do what you want.
Yeah.
Yeah, because were you going to argue if you wanted to go? Nobody else wanted to go. I wouldn't want to go. I would never want to do one of those.
No, I would stay away from them too. Just I think it paints a target on you in certain situations.
It puts a target on you, and then you could fuck up and lose your vote. And
this one though, this is one of my favorite challenges: the throwing the coconuts into somebody else's basket. I don't know why all of them. None of them like teamed up against anybody else, though, and that's what I would have done.
No, like they all had really good sportsmanship the whole time. Like it wasn't just why are you throwing coconuts in my bucket? Like I didn't do anything to you. No, it's just like good shot, awesome job, even down to the very end.
And it was close too. It came down to the wire. Like that was like bam, bam, bam.
Go lay down, baby. Go lay down.
I feel like Jake did the most work in that, where I think he filled up most of the 2 of their baskets. Like
probably he should have focused on one of them first, though.
Oh yeah.
But if I was there, I'd have looked at Hina as the target. Go, I would have got Jake on my side and been like, hey, let's go after the yellow guy. They're killing it.
Right.
I forget. Did they know the prize before they played or after they played? They didn't even know.
They didn't know anything.
After they played, right?
After.
Yeah.
They just know they were playing this, and one of them was staying, and the other 2 were going.
Yeah. So at that point, they didn't even know it was going to be like what the prize was. So it wouldn't have been that much of a point to like gang up on one member of the winning team.
Now the losers, when we did get to those losers, nothing was said to them about their vote, so they assumed we keep our vote, we're good.
Yeah.
Not knowing that when dude opens the box, he could have stolen one of their votes.
Yeah, true.
Oh my God. Can you imagine if that had happened and like they didn't tell the person that they lost their vote
until they
got to tribal and they thought they had a vote the entire time? Because usually when you lose your vote, you know about it ahead of time. But
true. They could have showed up to tribal, like got into the booth and been like, you don't have a vote because it got stolen from you. And that would have been, that would have been solid.
That would have been great.
Right. Oh my God, I kind of want that to happen now.
Yeah, I hope they do some more. I like this switch up compared to some of the other ones they've done with, what are these called? I can't remember the name of these little journeys.
Journeys?
Are they journeys? Okay.
That's what they call them.
A lot of these journeys in previous seasons I didn't like very much, but this one I was like, okay, this was a cool idea. The other people didn't have to really risk anything too much. Okay, they could have gotten their vote stolen, but that was more of a prize than like somebody had to steal a vote.
Yeah.
I will say, looking back on journeys though, I feel like they have done the producers in general have done a good job of not making any of the journeys feel too similar season to season. They always kind of feel different, where it's like here's a competitive between all 3 of you challenge. Here's like an endurance challenge that you just have to worry about yourself, or here's a simple puzzle. So it all, or like here's a the prisoner's dilemma type situation where it's like
I like that one too.
That was a good one too. But they all had a different feel to them, so I kind of like that they're doing that.
Well, I hope it stays on this trend. I like the 3v3 competition and then a choice afterwards. I thought that, I like the choice aspect.
Definitely.
So Jawan, he wins in a very close match, and then he has the choice of either help yourself or help your tribe. Helping yourself, you get to steal one of the votes of one of the guys you just beat. So that would be either Matt or Jake, or he can help his tribe and be able to assign a disadvantage at the next immunity challenge to either of the other tribes. And they don't tell us. Instead, they send us back to Uli Camp, and we find out at the same time as the rest of Uli Camp that Juan picked the disadvantage for the other tribe and was selfless.
Yeah, he made the right call.
Think your mic.
Thank you.
In that sense, I think he really saved himself
Mhm.
because a lot of people were looking at him like his attitude has been shit. He has these outbursts. He has these moments of like, get the fuck away from me. And then he did something for the tribe, trying to, hey, I'm going to help. Like, I chose us. So, like, even I think Savannah did a sidebar and was like, yeah, this definitely, like, it bumped him up a little bit because he was on the low pole on low totem on the pole.
Low man on the totem pole.
Yeah.
There we go. There we
Yeah.
go.
Say that 3 times fast.
Low totem on the man pole.
Low totem on the man
The
pole.
pole with the totals and the
Yeah.
totems
He's
and
at
the
the
whole
bottom.
thing.
All the way at the
He's
bottom.
down there. He's down
He's
there with
underneath
the
everything.
totem.
Yeah.
He's
But
Yertle in the Yertle the Turtle thing.
Yeah.
Turtle.
But that really was, he redeemed himself. I don't think he's even, I think he did a little bit of a confessional about how he got mad, but I'm hoping that he could have a confessional to be like, all right, I was kind of a dick that day. I was going through it, like a little drop shock, if you will.
Right.
Like, finally realizing, oh shit, I am in the middle of nowhere in Fiji. Yeah, there's people all around to protect me, but like, I'm sleeping outside. So he might have just been having a day. You know what I mean?
I don't even think
Definitely redeeming.
he seems like he has a hard time with the social game and reading other people. I don't even know if he knows that he annoyed people
He's
with
low
that
man.
outburst. Yeah, I don't think he knows. He didn't really seem like he was trying to save his ass or anything. He just seemed like he was just trying to
He
help.
seemed like he was just doing it to be a good dude.
Yeah, I like Jawan. I do agree. Yeah, he had an outburst last week, but I think seeing a little bit more of him this episode, especially hearing him explain, I was like, oh, he's a little socially awkward. That's why he's struggling here, and that's why he's on the outs. And that's also, I think, why he got frustrated when he couldn't live up to the expectation he set for himself last week with the fire.
He thought he was going in, like that was his score, like that was his thing. He was going to be able to make fire.
Yeah,
and
like,
then
that was my way in. I'm not great at the social stuff, but I can do this. If I can do this for my tribe, then it'll be great. And then
then I have a purpose of being here. That's going to keep me here.
From someone who is an avid camper, making fires out of flint and steel is no picnic. You really need the right materials. You need your tinder bundle. You need your pile of they call them like pencil sticks and fucking and like twigs, and then like to build up on it. And like chunking that like some of those guys were trying to get like chunks, and really
you need that little bit
of shavings and then just a good strike, like, so they're trying to almost overcompensate, thinking they need to almost like cut the whole block, like a chunk of a block off this fucking thing. So
meanwhile it's the opposite.
Less is more, like. So for someone who practiced as long as he did and really put the time in, and then to not get it, where, like, I would like to know, where do you live currently? Because if you live in a current climate that is pretty dry all the time and you've been practicing in super dry conditions, you're gonna make fire 8 times out of 10. But you're in Fiji, my guy. You should have been sitting in a steam sauna, trying to light a fucking fire. Because that's the challenge. That's like what you're dealing with. Like, how many seasons have we seen the rain come through on these guys? And if their fire goes out, they're sitting there for hours uselessly trying to get the fire going.
When what they should be doing is drying out the materials. You can't start a fire with wet materials.
Building something to cover said, like, you can get green foliage, like, which is plentiful around there, and build like a canopy, if you will, for the fire. And you just got to keep making sure that you add green, because it takes longer to burn out.
And find areas that you can. Go ahead.
I was going to say, just Fink was talking about practicing and building fire in a sauna. Can we just talk to our lawyers real quick and just say no one here is suggesting anybody goes home and tries to start fire?
No, don't do that.
Yes.
You're not advocating arson on this topic.
Yes, big time disclaimer. Like, the practice safely, like, like, Yeah,
Fires don't do what you want them to do.
Right, like don't
fire
do as I
extinguisher.
do as I say, not as I do. Yeah, have fire protection around, some blankets, bucket of water.
Just make sure you don't kill no one.
Yeah, but
So,
alright, so then
immunity challenge. Well, actually, before the immunity challenge, we have our first Beware advantage find on Kaylee.
Which
yeah,
was out in the open.
Yeah, that's what I thought
really
too.
just, was walking, and there it was.
Yeah,
right down on the ground by his feet. He was like, "Oh, here we go."
Thanks.
But
I do like the new mechanic where they have to wait until their first
loss,
immunity. Yeah, their first challenge loss before they can even start looking for it. I kind of like that idea.
Yeah, the time crunch. I like that too.
Yeah,
and I also like the other aspect of if you don't find it by tribal, it's dead. So you have
yes,
you have
I
a
enjoyed
few hours
that
to get this
too.
done. Yeah,
Right,
put another level
so
of
that
tension, right?
yes,
If you want it, you better find it right now.
Mm-hmm.
Hustle up, bitch.
Good luck not letting anybody see you do it.
I just think he was lucky to be on a tribe where mostly everybody's together on this one, so he didn't have to worry about the stealth factor of carrying a big fucking chain and ball with a key to your back camp and all that. It was just we're doing this. Nobody else is around.
Right.
That was the funniest, the funniest one of these Beware advantages in a while. I'm just gonna put a ball and chain on this key, and you just gotta carry this noisy ass thing around with you. How could you not find this guy? You could hear him from fucking 20 trees down. Jangle, jangle, jangle.
I will give a shout out to last season's one where they drop a red food dye or whatever on the person. Now it looks like you framed for murder. That was a beautiful one. That was my favorite ever.
Oh wow!
This is a close second.
I'm struggling on her name, but I don't know
how
she got away with that.
Yeah,
something like that pot filled with that red paint when that dropped. That was.
And there were so many great callbacks to that as the season progressed. People were still finding it a week and a half later. Guys have red stuff on it.
Yeah, what the hell happened here?
Oh, that's right. She had to go back for it again, and she got more red stuff. Wait, we saw that last week. What's going on? Or how about the one where they all had to say stuff at the challenge? I'm as confused as a goat on AstroTurf.
Oh yeah, that was a good one too.
People were like, "What?"
That was a funny one.
Every time I see butterflies, I think they're my dead relatives saying hello. What? What is this kid talking about?
You know what I hate about that though? You really only can do it for one season. You can't. I feel like they may be able to bring it back again one more time, maybe, but it's really not the thing you can ever repeat because it just catches on too quickly. But
yeah, people will be waiting for it.
Yeah.
All right, so over to the immunity challenge. We've got a reward immunity again, and this is almost typical for episode 2, but fishing gear is almost always the reward for this episode. Yeah, and I'm not mad about it.
Hell yeah, man.
So first place gets a bigger kit, second place gets a smaller kit, and loser goes to tribal as normal. And this challenge, I liked it. Obstacle course.
It was fun.
Had to cross a large rope bridge that was kind of hard to get up on. A net bridge, sorry. And then they had a wide step obstacle that was basically 4 steps with a bunch of gaps in between, and that they had to get everybody up and over and across. And then they had to dig up a ladder out of the sand, find and dig up a ladder out of the sand.
Yeah.
Yep. Alex found it this time. Alex did a good job finding it.
He
stuck in the right spot.
Imagine how happy he was. And then they had to use the ladder to get a key to unlock a rope barrier thing. And then they had to get up a big ramp, and at the top of the ramp solve a traditional survivor block puzzle. The results of this immunity challenge are shocking.
Baffling.
Yeah,
not when you look back on it, it really wasn't that shocking what actually, because it was the same thing what happened last week.
Yeah,
true.
It was really close, and then Jason pulls it out at the end.
But it wasn't just Jason. It was because Kaylee had this in the bag, right?
Well, okay. I mean, we're getting a little ahead of ourselves, but
you're right.
So getting into what the disadvantage was.
Yes, Jawan gets his disadvantage. Jeff calls it out. And he gets to, and I think this is a pretty mean disadvantage to have. Everybody on the disadvantaged tribe has to carry 20 pounds of coconuts on their back throughout this entire course. And they also, instead of just getting 1 key, they have to get 10 keys, and 9 of them are wrong. So
that was a little They should have did either one or the other.
No,
Yeah.
At least.
actually, well, I mean, I
Give
don't
me
think so because
3 keys.
well, the keys aren't
Okay.
the problem. You can get through keys so quick. The keys added maybe 20 seconds, 30 seconds max onto their time, realistically. And that's only if you have to go through all 10 keys. I mean,
True.
it doesn't. What really sucked was the coconuts, and I think it's not like they gave him like a a Jansport and filled up with a bunch of coconuts. No, they just gave him
Right.
a sack that like with a
And was
tie
like,
around.
here you go.
They were having so much trouble on that cargo net, just even getting onto it and around it, because everyone's
Because
doing
of them.
somersaults.
Yeah. And then shit's
True.
getting stuck, and then they're like,
But props to Hina. They actually, even for the obstacle course challenge, they stayed neck and neck with everybody.
Yeah, they were right next to Uli the entire time.
It didn't seem to slow them down that much.
No. So Kaylee took an early lead in the challenge and basically kept that lead. They were way ahead.
and then
But the
they
other
got
two were
to,
neck and neck.
like, I need to wonder, did the Kele tribe members as children have any of those placing block, like, toys, if you will? Like, you've seen,
I know what you're
you've
talking
seen
about.
the
The drop the
tube
block in.
where you
Here's a
drop with
square.
the
Here's a
different shapes.
circle.
Yeah,
Yep.
you put this into the square thing.
Yeah, I know what you said. Yep.
The square
This
hole.
also goes into the square hole.
Square hole. Yeah, I know that meme. That, oh my god. The round, the cylinder one. Which one does that go into? That's right, the square
The
hole.
square hole.
No. But I started to write this down. Yeah, strong can only get you so far. So you
Right.
guys were going for a strong tribe. Now, yes, Nicole did struggle on the puzzle, the first tribal out. But like I'm sure if she had had another opportunity, she probably would have done a lot better and thought about it. These guys, they didn't
Right.
even, I don't even think they got one block on their own. I think that they had a completely empty puzzle, no.
I don't like it. Didn't even seem like it was that hard of a puzzle because it was literally the survivor emblem. Like it's
Yeah.
a
Right.
oval. You can just make the oval, guys.
That's the thing. This is the easiest puzzle you come across on Survivor. It's just like you said, it's just the logo.
Yeah.
You start at the bottom, and work your way up. It says to like, come on.
Thank you, Mike.
Yeah.
Sorry, I was gonna eat something. This is literally, as you said, the easiest one because it's not like that treasure map that they had to figure out. It's not like we've seen
There's no critical
such
thinking
more
involved.
complex. It's the logo's out here. We need to put the pieces where the logo would make sense.
Right.
And they just stared at it.
Now here's the thing. I think we're giving it not enough credit because there is another point to it because those shapes were 3-dimensional. So there could have been a point where you have to build the oval, but maybe at some point, like if you did it that way, then something needed to fit underneath because of the stuff in the background.
Right.
So I get there was some aspect where that there was a challenge for it, but even still, like by the end of it, like Brad said, and I think Jeff even mentioned this too, is they didn't have anything done. Like
nothing.
After like you got there first, and by the time the first team finished, and you are still at nothing, that's the sad.
Right.
I don't think the tribe members helped.
Minutes. Oh, like you don't think they're? Oh, well, yeah. Of Annie trying
I
to
think
talk
they
to
were a
them,
hindrance.
or...
Yeah, I think
definitely.
Annie was confusing them, and so was Jay. Like they were just like yelling. Like you can't hear people when they're all talking at the same time, and you're trying to figure out a puzzle. That's not what you need. Granted, I don't think they picked the right people to be on the puzzle. They should have put Annie on it, and see how it went.
Yeah, see how she did with the puzzle. Like, because they've only put her onto the physical stuff right next to Jake. It's always her and Jake to go first in a partners thing.
So here's the thing. Like, it's just a thought I had because we are noticing a trend. And I think we even talked about this briefly last week because, spoiler alert, Kelly does lose the immunity challenge.
Yeah.
And they don't get their flint, so they don't have their flint again. I don't even think they have a machete. Do they even have a machete?
They have nothing.
They have nothing.
Literally have
and so
nothing.
I think Survivor needs to stop being so tough on the losers like they are. Because ever since they started doing that, for as long as I can remember, we kept on having this situation where you just have one tribe that just loses all the time because they're fucking hungry. Like they're not thinking straight.
Yeah,
they're thirsty.
They're miserable. The other teams have, I don't want to say they're luxuries, but luxuries compared to what Kelly has. So these teams keep suffering because you're torturing them basically.
You're starving them. Yes.
Yeah, it's like you win early or you don't win at all.
Yep.
So I
feel like the bag of rice should come back. Not a big one, just a little one.
I think they need to stop taking their flint away. I think they're at least give them their flint and a machete. That should be like the bare minimum. Like no tarp or anything like that. But I feel like this is just torture to these people for no reason. It's not enjoyable for me to watch.
Right. It's kind of sad after the second episode that you still know that it's 3 more days until they have an opportunity to fight for.
And it makes you focus on just one tribe the whole time. Like, I want to see what it's like when other tribes go to the jury. What the hell? I'm losing it.
Tribal, yeah.
Tribal, thank you.
But no, agreed. And I want to know kind of what's going on at the other tribes when they're not all scrambling. Like so we haven't seen anybody else yet.
Yeah, I think they need to start giving the flint and the machete back. Just that should be a standard. Like, they don't want to take something else away from them. I don't know what.
Even the flint. Just give them the flint. Like, there are ways.
My problem is if they have the flint, how are they going to light it without the machete?
Yeah.
So some flints, they do come with a black little steel piece. Mm-hmm. So give them like the standard Boy Scout
just something
one.
Small.
Like it literally come and then like, and if you lose that little metal piece, then you're fucked.
Yeah, you're screwed.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like.
But yeah, exactly. Then, but at least give them flint or something.
Right.
Let them cook a fish that they can maybe, or a crab that they just caught or some shit.
Right, that they somehow managed to like get somewhere. Like you can throw it right on the fire. Those crabs, like it doesn't need to be in a pot of water.
Right.
So that was just my 2 cents for the whole how they're punishing these teams so much because you're seeing a trend every single time now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd say
one team just
it's happened so many times in the new era, even down to season 41.
Yeah.
Remember Shan and Ricard? They were the last 2 surviving members of their tribe, and we had to sit through 4 of their tribal councils to the point where we didn't even get to know the winner of that season at all until episode 5.
Right.
Oh, okay.
And Erica played a good social game, but she got ripped apart because her edit was so bad because she was barely shown in the first half of the season. It's the same thing that happened to Michelle Fitzgerald. When you win too much in the beginning and you don't go to tribal, then you get a bad edit because nobody knows who you are, come week 5, week 6.
Well, that's what I'm saying. They should switch up the teams next week if they lose again.
Yeah, they should.
Just make it smaller.
Right.
And they did that with Michelle Fitzgerald's season, but she just ended up on another tribe that won the whole time, so she didn't get shown. Erica, her season they didn't do the tribe swap until Shan and Ricard were the last 2 left on their tribe because they couldn't there was no one else.
You can't vote. What are you gonna do? I'm gonna vote for you, and you're voting for me.
The tribal would have been them drawing rocks to see who went home.
Yeah,
I was gonna say either drawing rocks or it's like a mini fire. Like they give you 2 matches and flint, and whoever can get the
and no audience other than Jeff.
Right.
Jeff
just you 2 a fire and Jeff.
I could foresee Jeff being in a Hugh Hefner style robe with a glass of whiskey
for that
and a cigar. Yeah, just for that challenge. Just
this is Survivor After Dark.
Make me fire.
Survivor.
Make me hot.
This tribal just got weird. So we're back to KLA camp after their horrible loss. By the way, Heenan took first place again because of Jason's amazing puzzle skills, and Uli came in a close second. Left him in the dust. So good for both of them. Sucks for KLA, but they dropped the ball super hard in the puzzle yet again. And we come back to KLA camp, and we have Annie, who is now switched up and is blaming Sophie for the puzzle. And
that
now
was such
she's pitching.
Sorry. Yo, Annie,
so bad.
She's just, you're not in charge, honey. You are not mother hen. You are not the boss. You're an
It completely
idiot.
It completely turned Alex against her because she switched up again. It made him be like, I can't trust her.
Right. Going way too hard. And the fact, what's even, I love when Jeremiah and Sophie get together because it's girl talk, and it's just drama girl talk, and Jeremiah cackling.
The evil laugh.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was great.
Like,
I'm voting Annie. It was great.
Yo, dude. But it became so, like, I honestly for a second thought that Jake was serious when he was talking to Annie. He's like, yeah, I'll throw on, like, I'm holding back tears, or like he was trying to say he was being all emotional with with Annie. Like, that would really suck, but yeah, we got to get rid of her. Like,
he laid it on thick.
Yeah, like,
and then his confessional, he was like, "I'm definitely not voting for Sophie."
Yeah, like he's like, yeah, that's not happening.
That was all bullshit. By the way, this bitch is going home. She fucked with the shoe bandit. She's got to get out.
Right? Like, exactly.
You mess with the shoe bandit,
you lose
your shoe.
You lose your left shoe,
and
so
you go home.
So now we're gonna move on to. So they've lost. Alex he is on limited time to get this idol taken care of. And it seems he wants to keep it between just him and Jake. But then Jake is like, no, we're telling everybody, bro. Like, this is our alliance. That's how alliances work. Duh. Oh, rule number 1.
To be fair,
Jake,
they did get rolled up on both times.
This is true.
Looking super shifty.
Here's my
especially
thing.
with Jeremiah.
Another thing I've noticed that people need to learn about when at least when you have a partner and you're searching for something.
Have a lookout.
Nobody has a lookout ever.
Have
they're
a
just always
lookout.
hoping. They always want to be there. I'm
right.
like, just
why is there somebody looking out? And you could be like, oh, he's taking a poop.
Yeah.
But
he's over there peeing.
Devil's advocate on that. Look at Sophie, who was specifically trying to hide this from Alex so he didn't get it.
That's what I mean, which, again, was kind of
a bit... that was dumb.
And I don't know the rules. Would that work? Because Alex was the one who found the Beware advantage. So is he the only one that's allowed to find that? Because what if Sophie finds it? How does he get his vote back?
True. I didn't think about that.
So what would happen?
Or Sophie was just trying to guarantee that he didn't have his vote that night. She did say, oh, I want to come back and get the idol. I just need to get the ball and chain. So I feel like when it comes to the idol itself, whoever gets their hands on it first, it's theirs. So I feel like technically at that point, if he did not find the idol because he took the Beware advantage, it was his choice to include and ask for help.
Let me put it to you this way then. So if he didn't find the idol, he would have been to Tribal and he would have got a note that said you lost your vote, right? Now, let's say that Sophie did find it, but kept it a secret and didn't say anything, like if she was able to. So now she has the idol in her pocket. What happens to Alex then? Like, does he find out when he gets it? When he's like, wait, I shouldn't have my vote. I didn't find that thing. So why do I have a vote?
I'm thinking about it. That idol would be dead because it says in the instructions
it said he had to find it.
He didn't find it. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a
by Tribal, it would be dead. So, which would paint such an even crazier picture, because imagine Sophie did end up somehow in possession of it after it was a dead idol.
And thinks she tried to use it.
She thinks she has an idol and goes to play it for herself. And Jeff says, well, yes, this is a hidden immunity idol, but this one died when Alex didn't find it at the Beware advantage.
Yeah, that's a missed opportunity.
So I really don't know what would have happened, but now I'm kind of interested, like in this Survivor multiverse world.
Yeah. Right, like, you know that there is a team of like 30 dudes that when something happens and that is not, I don't want to say against the rule book, that they're sitting there going, fuck, we gotta come up with a rule for this.
Yep. Like watching somebody dunk in an NBA for the first time ever. Like, what do we do about that?
Like,
are they allowed to
right. Is that loud? Like, what? Huh?
Do we give them points?
How many points is it worth?
Right. How many points is that worth? Is that worth, like, is that almost a 3 because he had to get all the way up there?
By the way, fun fact for anyone who didn't know this, North Korea has their own NBA type situation with basketball where the rules are slightly different. Where, like I'm not going to get into all of it, but like dunks are worth 4 points in the North Korean NBA. And I'm thinking that's kind of funny because they're so short. Yeah, it would be more difficult.
Yeah.
That should be worth 4 points. That dude's like 5'6".
Yeah,
jumped
that
up on that
vertical
other guy's
lift.
shoulders.
Yeah.
Holy shit, that vertical. But all right, let's get back. Sorry, like that was a good little sidebar. But yeah.
So Jeremiah walks up on him when they're idol hunting and makes the fourth person. So now Sophie and Jeremiah, Jake all know about Alex's wear advantage. They still keep
Still no
Annie.
lookout.
Still no lookout.
Maybe Annie was the lookout. She's the only one that was.
Where was Annie during all this?
Where was she? Yeah. Like, what the fuck was
They
she
did
doing?
not cut to her at all.
Annie was taking an ocean dump. Yeah.
I like that had to have been like, how else are you gonna get the four of them out there looking without Annie unless she's out taking a shit?
Yeah.
She's out there taking a day
that was
5
happening like
dump.
at their camp, right?
Say that one more time.
They can't go very
like
far.
at their camp. That wasn't.
Yeah,
like,
so it started at the watering hole and was right around.
Yeah.
Within a walking distance, but yeah.
Yeah, they're only allowed to go so far in their camp
or she's
areas.
taking a nap. Yeah. I feel like that was because didn't a few seasons ago another tribe took a hike and rolled up on this other tribe and they were like, "Oh, hi."
I do remember that. Yeah, that was a while ago. I was like,
it was nice and awkward.
Yeah.
They were not well received.
Yeah, guys, this isn't Naked and Afraid.
Yeah, they definitely sketched him out. They were like, "We don't like this. Go away."
Yeah, like we're not. No one's going to speak now.
Yeah.
Someone watch all our stuff.
Yeah, exactly.
So Jeremiah, though, he catches on that he was the last to find out about this idol, and now he has not so much trust in his alliance because he keeps being the last to be included, which I think is a good read. I would have felt the same way. Like, why? If you threw her here and I'm part of your alliance, why didn't nobody give me a heads up that you found this thing?
Right. Found this thing, or even was like, "Yo, we need you to occupy Annie for the next hour," or like 30 minutes.
Because he would have been the best lookout.
Yeah.
Just to be like, "Yo, we found a wear advantage. Go handle her. We'll let you know if we find it or not." And he would have felt comfortable. He would have felt useful, and his alliance was keeping the loop. But instead, he's feeling a little bit ostracized. And I think this episode, we're seeing a lot of foreshadowing, right? We're seeing this from Jeremiah. We're seeing MC and Sophie on Hina kind of separating there. We're seeing on Uli, the Red Tribe, Savannah, she was feeling some type of way. It wasn't Jawan.
Jawan, yeah. She was
that's who it was last week, but I feel like there was somebody else this week that she was kind of.
No, it was still Jawan.
It was Jawan, and then she was pretty pissed with him still in the beginning, and then when he did say, "Hey, I did this for the team," she was like, "All right, so he's not as terrible." Like he did.
But didn't she feel some type of way about Sage too? I feel like she made a comment about Sage. Sage is the funny one.
Oh yeah, did she say something about Sage? I don't remember that.
I thought she did in one of the Uli clips. Maybe I'm wrong though. I feel like somebody was a little sketchy about Shay. I know Shannon said she liked her though.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
But Sage and Joanna are definitely the ones on the outs on the Red Tribe. So I think we're seeing like where the alliances are and which ones are shaky and which ones. The Red Alliance seems kind of strong.
Yeah.
I like that alliance too. The mixture.
I think it's smart. Yeah.
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 And I'm blanking on his name. The older guy on that tribe, is it Nate?
Nate.
Yep.
Yeah, I like Nate a lot.
Yeah, I think he's got a good head on his shoulders. I see him going pretty far in the game.
I do too. I think because he's almost like a chameleon. I think he knows how to blend well, and like even though he doesn't have much in common with some of these people, he's trying to find common grounds or things that like, oh, you've done this, well, I've done something similar, but it was this, and then they can bond over it. Like he's definitely putting in the work.
And I think he almost saw Rizzo treating him like that father figure type, and he almost is like leaning into it a little bit. He's almost being what people want him to be.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, even adapting slang terms and stuff, he's
trying
code switching.
Yeah.
Yep.
He's got
code switching.
Code switching. I was gonna say he's definitely trying to be Sigma.
So off to tribal council, and Sophie starts it off by saying she feels like she's at the principal's office again. I like that analogy. I did kind of feel this was a boring tribal because we all knew what was happening. They did give it a little bit of suspense with Alex talking to Annie about actually playing his idol, but I didn't even believe it when he was talking about it. I was like,
it almost, you know what it kind of felt like? I don't want to like pull the curtain back a little, but it almost felt like one of the producers like had a little side conversation with Alex. Was like, maybe you can just like offer it to her. She's getting voted off anyway. Just do it just for the fun of it. and just kind of did something to convince him, just to add that level of suspense for us as the viewer.
Maybe, yeah.
That's what it kind of, because it did feel forced. If why would he do that if he knew if he was going to vote for her anyway?
Right.
Yeah, it didn't make sense. So maybe it was coached into it a little bit, or
like the way he
making
worded the question. Yeah.
Who knows though?
He didn't do it though, because it would have been a stupid move.
For sure, hang on to that. That's a full idol.
Yeah.
Granted, your tribe knows about it, but you still have quite a few tribals to go before you make the merge. That could come in handy,
right?
Especially,
and it's good till final 5. So
yeah, exactly. It's like a full blown hidden immunity idol.
Yeah,
that's gold right there. And you have to make. There's going to be a tribe swap, right? Eventually.
Yeah.
And you can end up on the wrong side of the numbers in a tribe swap, and having that idol can win you the game like it did Kyle last season. If Kyle didn't have that idol, he would have gone home mid-season last season. Instead, he won because he was in a shady spot and got swap screwed with the numbers. And him and Camilla were just smart enough to play it off. And
I will say Sophie made a point of, what a lot of people on these other tribes are not realizing is that when you lose in the beginning, you play your game a lot sooner.
Right.
Yeah.
Because these other tribes,
you're not playing until
you're not actually playing the game. You're camping until you are tribal, or you're going to tribal. Until then, it's happy-go-lucky. Everybody's you're literally just like you're doing challenges every few days. You're putting in work. I'm not saying you're not, but like you're not playing the outlast part of your game does not start until you're first tribal.
Yeah.
Like
Annie says here, the word trust shouldn't exist in the game of Survivor. And I think that's
so
foolish.
bad.
Yeah.
That's so bad.
You have to have some trust in people. If not, you go home. Like if everyone thinks that you don't trust them, you go home. That's what happens every single time. Because
listen, I get it. Our podcast is named Trust No One. But but you need that.
You don't now say
I don't know if it's saying so much trust as in confidence in someone that they will stick to their word.
Well,
you might not have to trust everybody. You don't tell them that you don't trust anybody. You don't say it out loud.
Right.
Like, that's rule number 1.
Right.
Yeah.
Shut up.
Shut up.
Don't say I don't trust any of you.
Yes. And it is trust no. Yeah, we're the Trust No One podcast. I don't think Trust No One completely doesn't sound as good for a podcast name.
Right.
That's what it should be. Is Trust No One completely, right? You're playing a game for money. You cannot fully trust anyone else. The person you're closest with out there is still somebody you met very recently. But to say it doesn't exist is just stupid. You have to have some level of trust. Otherwise, people are going to be sketched out of you. Like, if you're just running around like a madman, like anytime somebody tells you something, you're super paranoid.
In a minute.
Paranoid people go home very early in Survivor. Like last season, a lot of paranoid people talk themselves out of the game by just not chilling out a little bit.
I will say I don't think Annie understands how to play this game. I don't think she's understood from the beginning. I think she's too flip-floppy. She doesn't know how to, and she doesn't sound confident when she's having these conversations. She just sounds bossy and mean.
She sounded very narcissistic, just in a sense that she had no idea what anyone else was thinking. Like, she thought she knew what they were thinking about, but that was only what she wanted them to think about, not what they actually were thinking.
She didn't
and she would say things
questions.
Exactly. She was telling them statements. We've got to vote for Jake because I've thought about this 20 different thousand ways, so this is what we've got to do. Trust me, I've thought of every possible she's one of those, like, complete control freak, not taking in anybody else's opinions
Feedback
into the equation.
Yes.
Yeah. She wasn't looking for a conversation. She was looking to talk.
Yeah. Right. She's definitely someone who said, like, do your own research. Like, I feel like that, where she's talking about, like, some conspiracy theory at home. She's like, do your own research, man. Like, it's out there. Like, I feel like she's one of those types of people.
She's one of them.
Yeah.
I believe that.
Like, she definitely believes in Bigfoot. 100%.
I believe in Bigfoot.
That bitch.
I believe in Bigfoot.
Fine. That's fine. But you're further proving my point.
Yeah. Listen, man, just do your own research. You'll figure it.
I'm telling you, I can heal people without touching them. I swear.
Jesus.
Jesus.
No,
So
I think I will say that sorry to interrupt you, Brad. I do feel that this tribe there needs to be a tribe drop your buffs. They need to drop their buffs, I think, by next episode, if not the following. Because what, they're down
we
to
usually,
4?
if we're gonna see it, it'll probably be 4 or
Yeah.
yeah, it's usually
Yeah.
4.
So they're
Episodes
down
3
to
Because
okay,
I think
yeah.
I think if Keely loses again, they're definitely going to have to do a merge swap.
Yeah,
Yeah.
by the next one. Yeah, even if it's a drop your bus, you're switching
Come
it
on,
up
lay down.
because some of these challenges you can't do with just 3 people,
Right.
and like this is not a mini final like the challenge where you're gonna figure out what it's like to be in the final 3. No, there's still a lot of game left to play, and we got to get some food in you so that your brain can start working again. Like these guys, what they're gonna be on day 7 by the time we see them again.
I don't know if it works
Eat
like that. I think it's
worms.
every other day now, isn't it?
Okay,
I think
I
because it's only 26 days out there, it's no
that's
longer
true.
3 days between for each.
Yeah.
Okay,
But
okay.
still, we're on day
God,
4 or 5 with no food.
Yeah,
Really?
yeah.
They're
because
eating
the
worms.
first few days, there's like 3 days before the first tribal, and then I think after that, it's like every other day.
Okay, that makes sense. That makes sense. But yeah, it's only gonna get worse. And like not winning, not having their pot, flint, and machete, they can't even build decent structure to try to just get some sleep when they're hanging out and rest. Like if it was me, I would be sleeping in the sand. Fuck it.
Yep.
Fuck it. I'm gonna sleep on the beach.
Why
It'll
not?
contour to my body. Fuck it.
Yeah, until you have
Sorry.
bugs crawling all over you all night.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah, it's like, yeah.
I'll use my
So
buff to cover my face and I'll bury myself in the sand. I don't give a fuck. It'll be a big blanket.
Just do it during low tide.
Yeah.
So before
Sorry.
the time to vote, we had Sophie disagree vocally at tribal council, which I was glad something actually happened at this tribal at all. But she
Right.
disagreed out loud to Annie, and I think Annie looks surprised at this moment. I think that was the moment when she realized that she might be in trouble,
Mm-hmm.
which was way too late to realize that you were in trouble.
Right.
This was right before time to vote, and she looked a little bit more nervous going in. Then obviously went home 3-1. She voted for Sophie. Everybody else voted for her. And on her way out, she said "wow," and then she forced Alex to give her a hug, even though Alex looked uncomfortable about it. And she gave Jeff a hug on the way out. I don't know. She left gracefully, in my opinion.
She did, yeah.
I think so. Yeah.
And I think Alex just felt awkward, almost because he went into thinking like, "Oh my God, she knows I betrayed her. What do I do?" Or, "What? Oh, she's just going in for a hug. Okay." He almost didn't know how to
hit me.
for being nice.
Right.
Yeah.
It's like, where's the knife? You gonna stab me in the back now?
Much more great. Yeah, at Tu Brute. Much more grateful departure than Nicole. Nicole was just snubbing people. She was just like, "Wow, I'm first. Like, I'm not saying a fucking word to any of you, but girlie, somebody's got to be first. If you're not first, you're last." Ricky Bobby.
Yeah.
So next time on, that's where I saw the Sav Sage thing. It looks like next episode we're gonna see a little bit of a tiff between those two.
Okay, yeah.
So that's to look forward to next week. Annie realized at the very end during her exit interview that she was not the puppet master and that she was the puppet all along. So no. So next week will we finally see another tribe go to tribal council? It's looking. The highlights are making me think maybe Uli's going to tribal. So fingers crossed. Let's see red or yellow go. But we'll find out next time on the Trust No One podcast. Trust no one.
Trust no one, y'all.
Bye.
Bye.